Friends and grasshoppers, this is the Formless Podcast, episode number 154, with me, Dustin. Tyler is out again this week. He is doing some National Guard stuff, and he's going to be out the whole month of July. He'll be back in time for an episode or two right before the seminar, which we are having on September 12th and 13th in Anderson, California at Blaine Court's Total Self-Defense. Check it out. You can find more information out there at our website, theformlesspod.com. Now that the business is taken care of, let's get to the story or the podcast. So, my wife and I are fairly busy people. We work full-time, both of us. My wife goes to school full-time, trying to take care of a master's degree. She doesn't work full-time all the time, but every chance she gets, she does. So, not exactly telling whole truths, but not lies outright either. Not intentionally. Anyway, we're busy people. I teach martial arts twice a week, and I do this podcast. Plus, we have 3 kids that all need food, clothes, and all that good stuff. Needless to say, we're super busy people. And because of that, we don't always get to spend a whole lot of quality time together. We try and go on dates at least once a week. Dates for us, most of the time, are running errands, things that we needed to get during the week that we just hadn't had time to. So we try and spend a little time together and go take care of stuff. And it's a time for us to talk, because generally our preteen and our 2 teenagers don't really want to hang out with us all that much, in their free time. So, we do our thing. We usually go out Sunday morning and get a coffee, talk about the week ahead. And then somewhere during the week, if we can make it happen, we run some errands together, and we call that a date night. Super exciting, glamorous lifestyle that we live. But anyway, like always, a few weeks ago, we went on a date to Walmart, getting some dog food and, knickknacks and, rando things that we need during the week. And sometimes we'll grab a burger or whatever. But anyway, this particular week, about 3 weeks ago, we went out and did just that. We went and got a burger and then ran some errands, and we ended up at Walmart, and we had to get some dog food and some other things, and nothing fancy. And I'm not a fancy guy. I'm pretty laid back, I think. T-shirt and jeans kind of guy. Sometimes I shave, not all the time. That kind of thing. And like I often do, I wear a Jocko T-shirt. I have a handful of them, and this particular one that I was wearing says discipline equals freedom. Now, I've been wearing these T-shirts for, 5-6 years, maybe longer. And I have not ever had one person comment on them. And some of them are pretty bold, I would say. I have one that says good with a picture of Jocko's mug on it. One that says discipline equals freedom. And maybe I have 2 of them. Anyway, I'm wearing one that says discipline equals freedom. And the clerk starts asking me what that means. Now, like I said, nobody has ever asked about this shirt. And I'm not even thinking about it. I'm pretty beat from the week. I've got 100 things to do. There's stuff to do at home. My head's not in the game. And I was just flabbergasted. And so I kind of went through, if you hard work and plan ahead and have discipline, it allows you to do and have really great experiences. Some weak sauce answer, really. I did not give a good answer. And this guy did not agree. Not even the slightest. He basically told me that your situation determines your freedom. And then if you're in a bad spot in this time, in this day and age, it is impossible to get out of it. And that you're just stuck. That is your lot in life. Now, I don't argue. I rarely argue with people. I don't like to argue. I'll have a discussion with people. I'll talk and we'll debate, but I don't like to argue. I debate with my family. I debate with close friends, people that I know and trust, and I could get a fairly good read on. I have a hard time reading other people's emotions and actions, probably because I'm looking inward more than I should. But irregardless, I don't like to argue philosophies and things like that with strangers, especially people I just literally met 30 seconds ago. So I just kind of shrugged my shoulders when he said that. And this guy didn't get enough to say, apparently. He didn't have enough to say. And as I'm leaving, he hits me with, you should really think about that. Like the fact that I'm wrong, or the fact that my shirt was somehow making him offended. I really, at the time, didn't know what to come back with, and I'm not really good at comebacks. Very rarely do I ever say anything smart, I feel. But it stuck with me, and kind of irked me. So this is a long introduction to some things I should have said to the clerk at Walmart. Like, I'm wearing a t-shirt with 7 syllables and it's offensive. Still dumbfounded there. What? Anyway, here's my response to that. First, I'm sorry that I was not smart enough or quick enough to give you a satisfactory answer. Your place in life might be wildly different from mine, and that just sucks. But only you can fix that. Only you can want to better yourself. Life is not fair. It never has been, and it never will be. But you are not powerless to change that. Now, I am by no means an expert at life. But here are a few things that I would do if I were in your shoes. And by the way, I was in your shoes at one time. I worked at a grocery store where I met my wife. I made a hair above minimum wage, and I just assumed that was my lot in life. I was going to work at a grocery store, play guitar, and drink beer after work until I croaked. I didn't think I would ever get to retire. I still don't think I'll ever get to retire. But that was my lot. That was what I did, day in, day out. I worked as many hours as I could. I played as much guitar as I could. And I dare say I drank as much beer as I could, too. But anyway, I was in your shoes, just like that. Now, I never worked at Walmart, but I've worked many other places just as crappy. And minimum wage jobs are all about the same, just as crappy. Now, a couple of things you can do to fix this, to change your lot in life. If I were you, the first thing I'd do, I'd look at myself. I'd look at myself long and hard. Not just in the mirror. What do you do every single day? What do you eat? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? I'm sorry, I forgot to mention too, the air conditioner's on. We hit a heat wave today. It's actually been a really mild summer, but it's 105 currently at almost 9 o'clock at night, or 103, something like that, last time I checked. So it's hot, and the air conditioner's on, and I'm not going to turn it off. So you get to hear it just like I do. I'm looking for something here. Hang tight. So, how do I think? How do I feel? Am I angry? Am I sad? Am I depressed? What do I eat? What is my fuel? Too much sugar? Too much caffeine? Too much alcohol? Drugs? What are the frequencies of these substances? So let's go with that. Thoughts. You have to realize, I just realized recently, within the last 7-8 years ago, that I am in control of my thoughts. I mean, I've known that, but I just actually came to the realization that if I want to have good thoughts, I need to produce good thoughts. If I let my brain run wild, it will have thoughts on its own, and if it runs wild and I'm not there to reel it in, I'll think wild, crazy stuff all the time. So get that in check. Your fuel. Yeah, so wait a minute. Let me back up on that. The thoughts. If you're angry, sad, or depressed, why are you? Go deep. What is making you angry, sad, and depressed? Is it your brain? Do you need to see somebody? Find a way. Go see somebody. Talk to them. If you're feeding your brain ugly stuff will come out. It's fuel, just like food. Just like too much caffeine, you get the jitters. Too much alcohol, you're hungover. Too much sugar, you get diabetes. Garbage in, garbage out. If you put good things in, you'll get good outcomes. It's not easy. Nothing worth doing is. What media do you consume? Do I consume? If I watch the news, I get angry, depressed, paranoid, anxious. If I watch too much of it, I have to put a check on myself, make sure I don't do too much of those news channels, news media, news podcast, radio, whatever. Too much of it, and it makes me all of the above. Get in a bad place. What do I do for physical activities? Examine your daily routine. What did you do today? What do you do every day? Work. Okay, great. So do I. Do you get a break? Do you get a lunch? What do you do on that time? Play on your phone? Do you walk? Do you eat something healthy or do you eat garbage? What do you do with that time? Examine my daily routine. I still do this regularly. I have a journal that I write in, that I've written in 5 days, no less than 5 days a week for, oh gosh, going on about 15 years now, I think. I just examine where I'm at, what I'm feeling, what's making me happy, what's making me depressed. What goals do I have? What did I accomplish this week? What do I need to work on? Exercise. Am I getting enough exercise? I can honestly tell you that that answer is probably no. For the vast majority of people, that answer is no, myself included. And that is always on my goal list. Exercise. Do more. Do I brush and bathe? Brush my teeth and bathe every day? If you're not doing that, that's the simple one. Well, for me, that would be the simple one. Do that. Start there. Now, we examined everything inside. Let's look outside. How is my living situation? Am I in a good place that's supportive, that helps me, that I help? Am I contributing to them? Are they contributing to me? Friends, do I have any? If you don't, that's fairly easy to fix. Join a club, join a church, join a political party, start at a gym, join a martial arts club. More importantly, if you do have friends, are they good ones? You are the makeup of the 5 people you hang around the most. If they're all in the same situation that you are, miserable, depressed, angry, find new ones. Dump them like a bad habit. What do you want in life? I still don't know that, and I'm 46. So, those are some of the self-examining questions you can ask. Sir, gentleman, cashier at Walmart. Now, here's some of my things. I am a music and movie connoisseur. I love media. I love music. On every genre, from the heaviest of heavy metal to the lightest pop and jazz and classical. I'm starting to get into classical. Rock and roll, country music, Waylon Jennings, Johnny Cash, Tyler Childers, you name it, a whole bunch of them. I like it. I love it. Metal, Sabbath. That's the best band on the planet forever. The Wizard, Hand of Doom, Electric Funeral, top 3. Okay? But here's what happens if I listen to too much of one thing. One genre of music will make me angry and depressed. I start living those lyrics. So I have to be careful. Everything in moderation. My food intake, I am a caffeine junkie. I will float. Cruising altitude for me is 800 milligrams of caffeine. That's not healthy. And I have to reel that in when it gets too bad. So I cut that in half when I'm monitoring it, when it gets out of hand. Sugar's never been a big problem for me. I stay out of that. But I make these little lists in my head. What am I doing? I do a self-check. Like, where am I at? And these are some of the diagnoses or diagnostic tools I look for. What kind of media am I taking in? Am I watching too much news? Is that making me angry or depressed or anxious? Am I listening to too much aggressive music? Am I watching too many violent movies? Let's change it up a little bit. Let's change our attitude. Let's change those things. Figure out where to go there. Let's see. We did music, movies, TV, food, reading. What am I reading? What am I looking at? Social media. Social media is worse than the news, in my opinion. If I'm not careful, I will doom scroll and not understand why I have anxiety, why I'm depressed, why I'm angry at people I've never met or talked to in real life. So check yourself there. Check what you're listening to. Check what you're watching. Check what you're scrolling. Fix it. Remember, garbage in, garbage out. Put good stuff in, you'll get good outcomes. Changing your attitude, for me, from it's all everybody else's fault that I'm this way, to everything that I am feeling and everything that I am doing, good or bad, is a direct result of what I've done. Of what actions I've taken. Those things made me grow. Those things right there got me off my own BS. So, dude at Walmart, sorry you work at Walmart. But I'm not sorry that I wore a shirt that offended you. Because it's not offensive, dude. And I'm sorry you feel like you are trapped. And if you genuinely do feel like you are trapped, you can fix it. It's hard work. It is not easy, but it can be done. I'm still fixing mine. Oh, and by the way, I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you and anyone else who's trying to fix themselves. I'm rooting for you if you are. If you're trying to fix yourself, hooray. I'm rooting for you. Because nobody else is going to fix themselves but you. They can't fix you for you. Something like that. Friends, thank you for listening to me rant and rave for 25 minutes and 14 seconds about a rando dude I met at Walmart who did not like my t-shirt. I hope this message finds you well. I hope you are kicking ass and taking names, and I hope you enjoyed this. And if you didn't, come back next week and I'll try again. In the meantime, reach out to me on social media. Formless Pod is on all of our social media. Everything can be found at the Formless Pod. Our YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, all of that. We have an email address, theformlesspod@gmail.com. Also, like I mentioned earlier, we have a seminar with Randall Davis of Kung Fu Conversations and Red Forest Chinese Boxing. We would love to do some Kung Fu with you. Yes, you. Buy a ticket, get your butt out there, get on the mats, and have the time of your life with us, September 12th and 13th. Let's get some. More information can be found at theformlesspod.com, where you can also buy hats, shirts, sweaters, book bags, pillowcases, tapestries, coffee mugs, all sorts of cool stuff. Oh, and stickers, don't forget. I hope you have a wonderful day.